What's up guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Rachel, and if you're not new, then welcome back. For today's video, my friend Sophia actually suggested that I do sunset look, so I did my take inspired by the blue, the purple, and the pink tones that a sunset gives off. And I'll put like a reference photo somewhere on the screen for that, or it'll be in the thumbnail. But I promise you, anybody can do this look. I know it looks super hard, but it's not. I promise you, it's so simple. If you hear the drilling, that's my father working in the bathroom. You just need a few blending brushes and patience and a lot of blending, and I promise you, you can do this look. It also helps to have some kind of baby wipes or makeup remover to cut the crease, but that's totally up to you. You can do this look however you want to. But yeah, this is the look. Every product that I use, I will put down in the description box below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Alright, starting off with this Jeffree Starr eyeshadow palette that he did with Morphe. I'm taking this fluffy brush and I'm dipping into those two really light pink shades, and I'm going to focus those on the inner portion of my eyelid, and I'm just going to build this shade up until I'm happy with it. And then I'm going to go in with this dark pink shade on that same brush, and I'm going to layer it right on top of where I put that light pink shade. That way I can make it a little bit deeper and make it as intense as I would like it to be. I'm then using this color switch that I got from Sephora that cleans your brushes, and I'm just lightly going over where that pink was. I'm then going in with the purple shades, and on that same brush I'm going to put it in the middle portion of my eyelid, blending it in with that pink shade, and I'm going to build the intensity as much as I want. Then I'm going to go in with an even deeper purple and layer that right on top, mainly focusing that darker purple on the outer portion of my crease, so that it will blend in with this blue shade that I'm going in with. And I'm also using some of the colors from the James Charles and Morphe palette as well, just in case you were wondering. And I'm going to take the blue shade, and it's going to look super messy, so this is where blending is super important. But I'm going to go back and forth between the brush I used for the blue and the brush that I used for the purple, and even going back in with a little bit more of the pink shades, just so I can make everything blend cohesively, and so there's not super sharp lines where the colors will meet each other. Here I'm taking a Q-tip and cutting my crease a little bit, but it wasn't working as well as I wanted it to. And then my little puppy Bella decided to come visit me. She's so cute. But then I took that Q-tip and I put it inside of a baby wipe, and I used the baby wipe to cut my crease instead. Then I'm going in with this palette that I got from Amazon and these paint brushes that came with it, and I'm going in with the white shade from that palette, and I'm cutting my crease. And the good thing about this palette is that it's from Amazon, and I believe it was $10, maybe slightly more, $15. But this palette is an exact dupe of the Makeup Forever one, and the one from Makeup Forever is $100, which is ridiculous for some freaking face paint. But I'm going to use one of the other paint brushes that came with it. It's like a pointed brush, and I'm going to go back in with that white just to make the lines a little bit more precise where I wanted them. And then I'm also going to do that line right above my crease. That way when I have my eyes open and I'm looking straight, you can still see the white, because if you put the white in your crease and bring it up towards your eyebrow, then you're not going to be able to see the white. So if you want to recreate this, try putting the white right above where your crease is. That way when your eyes are open, you can still see the white without it blending into your crease. I'm then going in with the white shade from the James Charles and Morphe palette, and I'm going to use this packer brush to apply that. If you don't set the cream, then it's going to crease and you'll be able to see your eyelid underneath, and it's not going to be cute. Then I'm taking this super precise brush and I'm going in with a little bit of that pink shade that we used in the inner portion of my eyelid, and I'm going to apply that where it meets the white. That way that color is just a little bit more vibrant and it's not so faded. And then I'm going to take that same brush and dip into the purple and then add the purple, and then I'm going to do it with the blue, and I'm just going to apply those colors until I'm happy with how it looks. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with these two Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliners. The first one I'm using is in this really light pink shade. I'll have it in the description below. And I'm going to go right where the white and the pink and purple meet each other. And I'm going to apply that glitter right there. That way it just gives a little more sparkle or a little more pop when my eyes are open or closed. And then when the light reflects on it, it's also super pretty. It adds a lot of dimension. And then I'm going to go in with the other glitter that's in like this white iridescent color, and I'm going to apply that where the purple meets the blue. And I'm going to layer it multiple times just until it's as glittery and as vibrant as I want it to be. For liquid eyeliner, I'm using this one by Too Faced. And I haven't used it much, so there's a lot of ink in it, but for some reason when I went over the white for the wing, on the first eye it's okay, but then on the second eye it looked really patchy and blotchy, so I ended up switching my eyeliners to one by e.l.f. But point is, I'm doing just a black winged eyeliner on both sides, and this actually took me a while to do just because I had to make sure that they both looked kind of even with each other, which was hard to do, but we made it work. And it will also help if you have a baby wipe to clean up underneath, just so you can get that line as sharp as you would like it to be. Following that, I'm going to put on these Kiss eyelashes and this Fenty mascara. I didn't include a clip of me putting on the lashes just because they gave me so much trouble, and it took me like 20 minutes to do it, and it just wasn't worth it. So just use a little eyelash glue, put the lashes on, adjust them how you want them to be, and you're good to go. And then I'm just curling my eyelashes just so my eyelashes underneath and the fake eyelashes blend a little bit better together. That sound you just heard was my air freshener dispenser thing on my wall. For face, I'm using these two Poreless putty primers. One is the matte version, which I'm going in with first, and I'm just applying that wherever I get oily. And this one mainly keeps me matte. It doesn't so much blend, or not blend, but it doesn't so much fill in my pores. So that's why I'm going in with this second one from e.l.f. And this one really fills in my pores, so you can't really see them as much when I have makeup on. And then I'm going in with this Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. It's a dupe of the Milk Makeup one. And I'm just applying this on the perimeters of my face. That way when I put my foundation on, it will stick better. And then for foundation, I'm using the Wet n Wild Hydrating. No, it's not hydrating. It's the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. And I'm just using a Wet n Wild sponge to blend that out. I'm using this Wet n Wild contouring and bronzing stick, and I'm going to put that on the perimeters of my face where I want a little more color, I guess you could say. And then I'm going to go in with just any random fluffy brush that I have and blend that out. And you'll see it starts off pretty pigmented, but once I blend it out, it fades nicely into my foundation. And don't worry, I know I put a lot on my cheeks, however, I'm going to go in with a little bit more concealer and my sponge and just blend it out. That way it's not so harsh. For concealer, I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the matte one. And then later on I'm going to use the Camo Hydrating Concealer. But this is just to brighten my under eyes, my chin, my forehead, and on the center of my nose to help make my nose look more slim, even though my nose is pretty small as it is. At least I think it is. And I'm just going to blend, 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 blend. This entire look is nothing but blending, so be prepared. Even on the face, you still have to blend. I'm going in with the Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez liquid blush, and holy cow, this blush gave me some issues in the beginning because it dries so quickly, and this brush that I tried using just wasn't cutting it for me. I didn't have the blush on for more than 5 seconds before it dried, so if you're going to use it, I recommend going in with one cheek at a time. Also, I tried blending it out with this sponge, and that didn't really work either, and so I ended up just taking the blush and putting like a lot on the back of my hand, rubbing it in my hand with my finger, and then taking it on my sponge and applying it that way. And that way worked out so much better than using the sponge on its own or the brush. And then for the highlighter, it's the same brand, Rare by Selena Gomez, but the highlighter didn't dry as fast. And I did go in with multiple layers just to make it as vibrant as I wanted it to be, but I really did like this highlighter. Here I'm using that Hydrating e.l.f. Camo Concealer just to apply it to a few spots where I felt like I wanted a little bit more brightness. And this is an up close of the face. The blush and the highlighter are very natural, and everything, to me at least, looks like it's blended well. And then I'm going to go in with my Mercier Translucent setting powder, and I'm just going to put that right underneath my eyes with my sponge, and then I'm going to put it a little on my nose, a little on my chin where my smile lines are because I don't want that to crease, and on my forehead and in between my eyebrows as well. And then I'm just going to end up going in with a translucent pressed powder from Rimmel and placing that just on the rest of my face, so when I go to set the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight, it won't look super patchy. Here I'm using the BH Cosmetics Belgian Waffle palette, and the bronzer's in there with just another Morphe fluffy brush, and I'm putting that on the perimeters of my face where I put the cream contour, or cream bronzer I guess you could call it, because it's more bronzing than anything. But I'm going to run it a little bit down the sides of my nose. I don't want a super sculpted look on my nose, that's why I'm using the fluffy brush. And then for blush, I'm going in with this BH palette as well on another Morphe angled brush and just setting that. And I know it looks super bright because it is, but I'm going to go in with this brush and blend it out so it's not so harsh. Then taking a little bit of my LA Girl setting spray and my makeup sponge and lightly pressing over my face. That way everything kind of just melts together and it doesn't look like I have a lot of powder on my face. For highlighter, I'm using this Fenty highlighter that I just got, and I don't know the color of it. Like I said, everything will be in the description box, but I really liked this. However, it is quite glittery, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it if you want a natural look. It went well with this look though, just because the eyes are so out there. It's not necessarily an everyday look. But I'm using that same highlighter and I'm putting it under my eyebrows as well as the inner corner of my eyes just to give my eyes a little bit more pop. And then I'm going to go back in with those same brushes and the same eyeshadows and just copy what I did on the top on the bottom. So I'm going to go in with the pink first, and then I'm going to go in with the purple and then the blue right after that. I'm then going to go in with these LA Girl neon eyeliners. Well, this one's a lip liner, but I don't use it on my lips. And I'm going to put the pink over where I did the pink, purple where I did the purple, and blue where I did the blue. And I'm just going to try and blend them as best as I can together. And then once that's done, I'm going to go in with some lower lash mascara. I'm just taking that same Fenty one that I used earlier and applying it on my lower lashes. Here I'm going in with the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner, and then following that I'm going to be using a Fenty lip gloss to finish off the lips, and that will complete the face. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button. Give it a comment down below or share it with your friends, however you want to do. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!